I am Maharlikan.
Hello and welcome to Queen Helen of the Jurak Roundtable. I'm Radanelia with Maya the Shaman and Alana Shamel. Welcome, everyone.
Hey, we're here. So nice to see you again, Queen. Queen
Hi.
Abdurrajak. Okay.
Yes.
So,
That's-
yeah, give us an update of what you'd like to share today.
Wow. This is really very timely since today is the very important day for all the world to know the anniversary of the Maharlikan. Maharlikan is Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia agreement, which was signed in 1963, September 16. This is pertaining to the governance of of all these countries involved, the Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia, Sabah, Sarawak, Kalimantan, all of this are part of the Maharlikan agreement, including Singapore, Brunei, and England. This is now the time that we are going to make a legacy. We are going to make this future a milestone to start a new beginning. So they are all here, representatives from Sulu, the source of origin, the Prime Minister of Lupas. They are all here, the Ministry of Finance, all of them are intact to make this as a passage towards a very good progressive future for the majority of the poor people.
Wonderful. Okay, Alana, do you have anything to say?
Yes, so much stuff to say. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I've had so many things come to me since our last meeting. I've been feeling really great and just a sense of spiritual authority in my life, a major clearing. And so I do recognize your presence as somebody that I find I deeply respect. And my good friends Maya and Rada have brought me into your beautiful circle, this round table. And so with that being said, I do have a lot of questions for you. Our last meeting, you called me a princess, and that really, it hit home in my heart so deeply, because I don't really know you. I don't know you, but there's something about your conviction that you have. And so I wanted to ask you, I do now see my sister Rada as a princess. She's totally Princess Rada. And then I'm thinking how do you recognize a princess as being a queen? What are the qualities and the energies that make you feel that way towards somebody? So as a queen, and then also love to hear more about what you just shared in your opening about what's going on in your countries and the unification that's happening, and I believe it was it's like a celebration of a past history that you just mentioned, right? So anyway, please, any of that.
Thank you, Princess Alana. I hit you right as you hit me today. I mean, this is called connectivity. This is a relationship. When I call you as a princess, that means you are being loved by the queen. And that's the essential point why I am calling person closest to me as princess, as by whatever the name in the language of each country means. You are part of me. You could be with me in the past life. You could be with me today, and you could be with me in the future. It means that you are important to me as a queen. And those people that ask if it is legal, it is legit. Yes, because I am the queen of the universum magnum, and that is the authority from the divinity. Means you are all lucky. Once I called you a princess, that is from the bottom of my heart. Means you are very important, not only to me as a person, but in this mission. See, I have appointed in the past so many of them, but I still call them. But if they are really taking it into seriousness, being a princess is a family of God, a family of the divinity, means that is a title only given to the family of God, of Allah, of Guan Yin. So that means people neglect that once I ink into it, I treasure you. So I am praying with you. I am deeply connected to you. And that's why this is a reminder to those people that took for granted of that title that I have been giving. Because the relevance of it now is, as a queen also of the global earth, there is power and authority. It is an extension of that mission vision that is given to me. As you have said, unification. And this is the time that I unify all the royalties of the world, all the princes, all the kings, all of this put into one. And this round table is very crucial in my movement together with Princess Radha, Princess Maya. There are a lot of detractors. There are a lot of haters. Haters can say things very bad, but as we say, as princess with the light, we can combat them with the light. So literally speaking, with all the things happening now in our country, the Philippines, with all the typhoons, with all this earthquake, tornado, you name them. So this is a way, a reminder to them that they are also called to return back to that door of royalty, because we are all children of God. We are all part of this creation that the Creator would like to take control of its creation that He has created in this world. See, all of this, the relevance of being a princess, of being the sultan, of being a sultana, relies so much, not to me. It is now your performance. How do you represent the queen, the king, who has given that authority and power in whatever expertise you have? Because this kingship is the embodiment of the new rule of law. Means we have that power to change, to recover, to put laws into implementation. This is the time. And I know my words are very strong. And today I would like this to be given to the whole world, that it's not too late yet to go back to the door of the royalty of the kingdom of the divinity.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. You mentioned something. You said, I believe you used the words, the Queen of the Universal Mother. Did you say that, or did I hear that wrong?
Yes, you hear that. Universal Magnum is the intergalactic power that has been given to me. By whom? By the elders, by the Creator Himself, who has manifested and who becomes with us now. So these things are very remote to those with no faith. In this year, in this era of the golden age, means that as the queen of the universum magnum, this is now the umbrella, the light to cover them to go back to one God, one Creator.
Beautiful.
Rada?
Yes, Rada, let you go ahead and tune in.
Thank you. I wanted to ask about, your leadership and legacy. And what qualities do you believe are the most important in leading a nation or community? And how have you cultivated that within yourself? Because you definitely represent an extremely benevolent leader, and that's what's needed in the world. But I'd like others to hear about the qualities that are needed now in the world.
Humility is the best way to combat the arrogant people of the politics, of the militaries, of all of this. Once you imbibe that humble heart, I know that you can win hearts, because from there derives respect and love and kindness. And my mission is the poor. If you have that humility, even in the circle of intellectualism, all of this with supra intelligence, with all of this that they use this intelligence for their own control, enslaving people. But if you have that quality and you are deeply rooted with God, with Allah, whatever the name that we have in Him, means with this, you can move forward. Because despite of all the attacks, moral defamation, character assassination, if you have that quality, you can always go back to yourself and pray, cry it out, because what we have, they do not have, means they can attack us. Because that quality is not for them, it is for us. Means from the day that we were born, that is already a gift to us. And leadership with humility, we can go in all circles, in all level, in all status of life. Rich, poor, all of this, professionals, lawyers, all of this. You can penetrate them, because that is the gift, that is a virtue that you can always say, I obey the Creator. Because this mission, if you don't have that obedience, deeply rooted in humility, you can never make a step forward with this kind of tribulations, trials, and the attack of the haters is more than enough that you could give up. But not to me. I am a fighter. And I will always fight for our people.
Thank you, Queen.
Yeah, and we're being attacked on multiple levels in all over the world, right? This is a global movement to reclaim our birthright, our divinity. I think in Kabbalah or Kabbalah, I was not sure if I'm saying it right, but at the top of the tree of life is Keter. It's the crown and the glory of everything. And as far as I know, it is a giving and receiving energy. And the Creator wants to give us so much love and so much our limitless potential through that source, through God, through Creator, through Allah, through all the great powers that be. It's within that. And the reason why I brought that up is because being able to give and receive at that level and to give up the fight, I know this, I'm kind of going off, but to give up the fight and surrender to the Creator, or is that what you meant by obedience?
Yes.
Like that level of we don't have to be in this place of war all the time, and we are being attacked on all levels. So how do you suppose that it's gonna go with all the things going on? how can we envision the foreseeable future that is of the kingdom of God, of that timeline?
This is now the time that we allow the Creator to take control of our being. Because of that, the Creator give us the freedom. And I keep on saying to you, freedom is the greatest gift that the divinity gave to human race, to humanity. But in this light, all the leaders of the world abuse that. They take that as their principle to enslave the people. In the electoral process, they keep on saying freedom, 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 freedom from poverty, freedom from hunger, freedom from oppression and suppression. Yet, they literally do it the reversal of what the vision mission that they have. So primarily, we as the chosen people of God, the chosen leaders of the new generation, by birthright, it is already there. You cannot give what you do not have. This is coming from us. And that is now the exemplary way. Precisely, we are chosen. We should be a leader, the rallying point wherein they could emulate. I didn't like this kind of life, of course, but being the chosen one, it is already inside us, in our being, to be humble, to be respectful, to be obedient, to be purified in words. That means this is one that people should know, that one word can already give us that kind of bad energy. So every word comes out from our mouth is being watched by the Creator. So those are the things that accumulates for those people that speaks evil, speaks no good, that their lives is also in the pit of darkness. So they cannot see the light because they themselves didn't imbibe that virtue of being respectful, of being humble before the feet of the Creator.
I would like to insert a question because not many people know about Lupas Empire. I think this is important to educate people about what is Lupas Empire and why is it relevant for people to really understand its position in this world and at this time. So can you please speak about Lupas Empire?
Lupas Empire is the component of all the royalties in the different territorial domain that has been given power and authority by our grandfathers. The empire that had been governing since year 101, and that is directly from God, from Allah. So this is now the combination of all the tribes. We have acknowledged, we have validated 2,000 plus lineage in Lupas Empire. That means this is not only from us. So now we considered ourselves as the recoverer, as the one consolidating the entire world, because we had been instituting laws through the United Nations. It is the Lupas Empire who made the United Nations under the sovereignty of Lupas Empire. The World Bank, the IMF, all of this in the United Nations, we have all this UNDP, we have all this extension, we have the World Health Organization, all of this. So when it comes to that, the Lupasug primarily is the Sulu in North Borneo, the kingdom that had made a powerful standpoint into the global earth because of the backup of 617,500 metric tons of gold. So the nations all over the globe covered Lupasug. Sulu is Lupasug. Lupa means the soil. Sug means that is the current and that is the sea. So the world is a combination of water, which are the oceans, the Pacific, Atlantic, and Lupa means the territorial domain, the valleys, the mountains, where we are living with. So Lupasug now is actually known to the world after I created again the United Nations Sovereign Royalty Lupas Empire. Means the United Nations that had been governed by the cabals, by the Illuminatis, all of this are taken back by Lupas Empire. So the Maphilindo, Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia, that is now the time that they must know they have failed me since 2009. Because I've been telling them, review the law that you have used. And yet they continuously abused the law for their own protectiveness of their own wealth, of their own family, of their own way of doing it in the darkness kind of life. And that is drugs, that is praise the Lord using the church, that is, gambling lords, all of this, the lords of lords, just to be in power. So they proclaim themselves also as king and queens. What are going to happen to them? There is a law, 36, designed by our grandfathers. And that's the one that will give them justice, that will give them the opportunity to suffer what they have done in putting us into this kind of life. And, well, this is it.
You're bringing up so many good things right now. One thing crossed my mind is the idea about maritime law and law of the land. And I think it has a lot to do with how we use our words, right? The language that we use. We were talking about purification of words, and that's something that we've taken from you so far, that you're here to really lay down this law and uphold our godly qualities, right? Our virtues. But can you elaborate a little bit on, if you understand what's going on with those two laws, and when it comes to our sovereignty and how we use words? Is there anything there that you can take from what I just said?
That is now the move of the United Nations. I have already delegated that, the maritime law and the law of the land, because it has been recovered. So they are now working into it.
Okay.
Radha?
Sorry, I keep muting because my dog was barking. How do you balance upholding tradition with embracing like the modern world and the progress? And what has been one of your proudest moments in using your influence to create positive change?
Thank you, Princess Radha. What I did is I immersed myself in all the tribes of our country. The Magindanaoans, they have their tradition. The Tausugs, they have their tradition. And that is in conjunction with the religion they are into it. The radical Islam, that's the way that really make this whole world into chaos. The radical Christians, same. So they made use of that. But what I am doing now is trying to educate every tribe. So I talk to them. I really have to give them the education they need that we need to be adaptive to the signs of the times, that we cannot stick to the tradition that we have. See, for instance, if a Christian speaks of this, they would say that they are bad. So the Christian the same, once they see that it is a Muslim from Lupasug, they automatically judge them as they are the bandits. So there is that disparity. There is that what we call, you know, the inequalities of the standards of life. That's the one that I am doing. That there should be at least an equality of treatment to all those people. So to be able to move forward, the unification process, the interrelationship among them. So the Christians must accept the Muslim. So there is that coexistence that I am really trying to tell them. We must learn to coexist regardless of faith, religion, denominations, state of life. Rich and poor must respect one another, embrace one another, and love one another.
Yes, I feel like that's creating a dignity that's needed by everyone that is needing, to be respected and honored. So, yes, thank you for that, Queen.
Alana?
Hey, sorry, I thought I was muted. The kids are just like, living their best life back there. You hear? They're taking a bath. My
They
walls
like
are a little
also to be in the limelight, huh?
Yes, I did notice. I was sitting here thinking, wow, my son is extremely loud right now in the bathtub. And mainly because I don't really separate too much. Like, he knows I'm doing something and not like just in the house. But I think he really is tuning into what's happening, like you said last time, and he's just being extra vocal. He loves to sing, my son. So anyway, wow, that's so powerful. All of those things, you're speaking to the tribes, and that's a big thing, for especially a theme in my life. The tribes, whether it's the 12 tribes of Israel, whether it's the 12 zodiac. There's a number, right? We're seeing the 12 on the hand of the clock. In this universal time matrix, there's a lot of things going on, and a lot of things trying to take our energy, siphon our energy, and that's what me and Rada have been working on. I mean, even Maya, like all of our work at some level is about retrieving our soul and taking back our power from whatever we lost it from. And I received both of that in Maya's, the session I had with her and with you, Rada. There's a theme of reclaiming our sovereignty. And then you are beautiful proof of that, like a manifestation of all of these things that we are trying to accomplish as well, as far as purifying the words that people use, reprogramming our frame of mind, forgiving each other. The qualities of God really are forgiveness, compassion, mercy, understanding, and we are tested all the time. We're tested all the time, and it's so easy to bite back when you're hurt, but it takes a real courage to like take responsibility for where we're at. And I think that as a queen, as a nation, it's good to hear that the balance, the justice coming through. And I know Rada's also big on justice, and so yeah, I just see a beautiful theme, and not necessarily a question, really, but is there any advice you can give young women at this time?
Yes, we need each other. Women in this era makes the world beautiful. We are the catalyst of the men that we have. So being there, that's why the queen now plays an important role in this world. So the packaging, as we say, the divine packaging into that is that if we imbibe that, we know that God is taking control of our being. So we emanate to them the goodness, the God in us. So that means in this fight, because justice must be served in all the things that happened in the past, it is the way to make this radical change to happen is to put divine justice. This is the way the Creator gave me, because my life, my principle in life, my legacy, the mantra that I keep on saying to myself, God is my armor, truth is my banner, and justice is my passage to reach my goal. That's the thing I always say when I wake up, because I have a mission to fulfill. So every day I remind myself that this is the will of God, that I must do something despite of all, the trials, the moral attacks, the psychological warfare, all of this, governing the entire nation. Not only that, especially now, because of the United Nations recovery. All of this, they knew all over the globe, this program that we have, this interview that we have, this will strike them. This will give them the opportunity whether to join us, to be with us, or the more they attack us, the more I am in the winning age. Why? Because justice will be served.
Aho.
Well, 2024 is supposedly the year of karma, and goddess Ma'at, the goddess of justice, is here.
Didn't I mention her in our last interview that we did, or last show? I feel like we talked about Ma'at for just a brief moment, but I could be wrong. But that's powerful. Yes, the 42 laws of Ma'at are, if we follow those, we're living in a good way, I believe. The way.
And yet, goddess Ma'at is embodied in the ones that would like to receive her. So this is, it's highly respectable to have you here, Queen Helen, for embodying this part of a beautiful goddess who is the goddess of justice, goddess Ma'at.
And it is really a heavy workload on my shoulder. Now, going back, why I need you, princesses, because of that extension. The more that we work harmoniously, the more we fix the world. We will illumine them back. That's why I gotten back Illuminati, because they have misused, abused that power from him, from the Creator. So the 666 that they have, so we call ourselves the 999. That is how to combat them. This is 666 versus the 999. And we are in the winning edge. The winner takes it all.
I like that.
Yes.
The part.
I love it.
That's the way it is. And it should be. Because we are fighters. We should be with the wings of love so that we can cover them all. I know as Princess Alana took the feather and it strike together with the wings of love, that's a symbol.
Wow, you know, I didn't think about it, but my aunt is the feather. If your
Exactly.
heart is lighter than a feather, she weighs it, I believe, when you go into the underworld, and it tells you if you come back. It's like the samsara kind of ordeal, right? You come back, or you don't have to reincarnate. Babies, daddy's got
Because
him.
they want to see me again.
He really wanted to see you, my older one.
Yes. Because he would say there's a different kind of aura.
Mhm.
The children
Yeah.
can feel. They can feel the energy.
They can easily figure it out.
Mhm.
They are gifted,
Yes.
as you are. But children are very vulnerable into it.
Mhm.
That's why we become babies sometimes
I believe
to be
that
able.
my children are, or all children, if you let them, they are our accelerated ascension, because they cause you to upgrade so quickly every single day to meet them. And like, if you really self-reflect, it's like looking at all the ways you get snappy or you're triggered by them. Like, it's hard to be wanting to do this and be present and hear him in the background, like at the top of his lungs, screaming, like singing. It almost is triggering, because I'm like, wow, why can't he be quiet right now? But then I'm also thinking, that's so beautiful. This little boy is singing his heart out in my little bathroom right now, and it's so cute. But this is so important still. I mean, but that's exactly, you represent that innocence, our divine innocence that is ours before the matrix is on top of us, before the plastic. We are that organic love, that limitless love and limitless potential that the creator has for us, that you mentioned. That is the children, because they come in here with that spark and no fear,
They are
and
there.
they cause
They are our
trouble. They're
angels.
fearless,
Yeah.
and
They
we,
are.
yeah.
That is where our lives revolves. Because without them, we become meaningless. Children are the ones that keep us moving. Protectiveness, guidance, and all of this. That is the symbol of the authority and power given by the divinity. How you are going to govern. Start from a family. And from there, you can expand to the community, community to the barangay, barangay to the municipality, municipality to the city, until you govern the nation. That's what I did. Once you serve your family right, you can be a good leader to the
Wow.
whole.
Rada?
I'm just soaking it in.
Mrs. Rada is trying to absorb,
Yeah.
because there are things that is happening in the next level of his publishing. I'm just,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm just being so, you're the projection,
I could feel it. I
right?
could feel so many downloads when you talk, Queen. I feel a lot of, even it's beyond the words. There's a frequency, there's an energy. And so sometimes I just like to, immerse and feel it. And I understand that language too. There's a language beyond the language that we speak. There's a language of the soul and the essence, and understanding beyond the veil. And you bring that presence with you of that divine divinity. So I just like to soak in that energy. It's beautiful.
Yes. Because our listeners, our viewers see that in us,
Mhm.
that enigma, that power that
Mhm.
exudes, and they accept that. They are the one receiving it. That's why we have so many levels of acceptance from our viewers. As I told earlier, there are haters, there are really waiting and waiting, there are all of those. But now, because we know that there are already the galactic energy giving all of it to us. So they are helping us actually. So all of them now, because you know that we opened the portal. You know that also. That portal is only reserved to us. Who knows? But not to all. See?
Yeah.
So all of this, every day is a process of making it right. The decision that we are going to go through. So all of this. Sorry for my phone. I already put it into silent, but now it is becoming like that. Well, anyway, all of this are really very, very strange because everyone are really trying to see us. The new that we are having this conversation because when we have this, also the galactic people also try to come up. Well,
Yeah.
this is it.
Well, we are multidimensional in nature, and we cannot deny what's beyond this third dimension. So we have to embrace that extra possibilities of, ascending towards that possibility, where we are also part of the galactic realm. And so it is.
We are really being guided. Our philosophy in life, this is the one that molds us. When we have that, that's why I told you to remain standing in this mission. That principle that we cannot, it means as a person, be contented of what is there. Because the more you get something that is beyond your reach, it will defeat this mission that I have. That's why I keep on saying I can live every day of my life with only what is there. Because I know that I have to remain standing. I have to be alive. I have really to fight until the last of my breath for the freedom of humanity towards this oppression, suppression, in slavery, all of this. Because I know that we need to help them live a comfortable life also. Rich or poor must learn now to have this kindness, this giving, this sharing, the charity. This is the new generation's clamor for equality. And we know that it is going to happen. Once we control that one, the graces, not only the wealthy, the famous, use this for, for wars, for gamblings, all of this. But once we have all this, we shape the people's mind. The media fixation towards good values. This is the one that our children need, not those wars, those violence, sex inside all this media. We have to do something. We have really to make this world a very beautiful world to live on, to each and individual that God, the divinity, has created. That's all I wanted to give this to the world now. Be a relevant creation of the divinity. Be an example to everyone.
Oh. Rada said that this was a frequency that she was taking it all in, and I agree with that. I try to articulate things. I know I run on things, but there's definitely a frequency, and it's very beautiful, elevating,
Yes.
uplifting.
striking point when you say about the maritime law, about the law of the land. That's very important now. This is a very crucial to me as a queen, because the war is between the two principles, the land and the waters. But now what I am doing, I recover them all so that there will be no more war. So, how to do this? Airlines, aviation, shipping, rail track, land transport, these are all relevant passage to reach my goal. And how it is? Massive development for the poor.
Oh.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, we're stunned.
I know. I feel like so much energy coming through besides what you're
Speaking
saying.
light language, all these light language codes
Yeah.
are coming to me. You know, like it just wants to. Oh.
It's
So I don't have words for it. I don't have words for it. Do you? What do you have to say about the really? I love this aspect of the spiritual aspect of what's happening, like the synchronicity, the divinity, the enchantment, this Holy Spirit that's pouring forth through all of this. I love that. Do you feel me?
You know, once we talk with each other and we let them come to us, that is the one that makes us moved. That we have this moment of awe. We got surprised, we got shocked. Because what you want to hear, this is not planned. We don't even have the time to really see what is going to be in this interview. It's just a spontaneous way of saying that comes out to us. So this is what you call that what we have inside is already there. It's just the way that we converse with each other to bring out the good values in life, the principles in life, all of this. So that means when the world see that, when leaders already hear all of this, they will start to reflect. They will start to see themselves. Because what they have been doing is throw on us, find fault in us. So that is the question now, that people cannot see the relevance of their existence as a human being because they are just fond of seeing others' fault, but they did not see their hearts and their soul, that they have also limitations. They have also misgivings. They have also what you call something that is not right within themselves. So the perfectness, we have to live on that. We are not perfect, but we desire that kind of life towards perfection. God is perfect. Allah is perfect. But since we are the creation of Him, so the godliness in us must be there. So we drive towards that. Remember, as a Catholic, we go and live because Mama Mary would always help us into that. The life of perfection. That's how I am doing right now. Because, to mold new generation, that is the thing that we cannot just leave behind. The rallying point of the divinity of the Blessed Mother in us.
Mm-hmm.
The goddesses in us. So that's how we work now. We are being used. We are being driven by the Spirit. So just imagine that we have this exchange of powerful words, and all of those people who studied doctoral degree in philosophy, in religious, in theology, so they will have to see that there are things in what we are saying, it's not in the books. It's not in the Summa Theologica of St. Thomas. It's not there in the Bible. It's not. But this is the naturality of being human, being powered by the Spirit of God.
We are electric beings.
Yes. Yes.
We're electric, like giving and receiving energy. Literally.
Yes.
We just have to clear out our programs, and we need to be stronger. Our will of creator, our will of our divinity has to be stronger than our fear and our troubles and our suffering and our, we have to have that such a deep understanding and innate of the wisdom of why we are here and how to get through our pain and suffering by these, these conversations, getting real with ourselves, really looking at each other as, what did Jesus say? To treat each other like our neighbors, right? Like we're neighbors, love our neighbors like we love ourselves. Love thy neighbor. And I really understand that because it's so easy to be triggered by the outside world. We have everything in us to judge and to physically fight back all the time. But there's something in that femininity, that feminine spirit that I'm going to bring up right now, because it does have the hand of the mother. It's being able to, John Lamlash calls it Sophia's correction, that the spirit, the Holy Spirit, the feminine, is trying to correct itself. And all of us are sparks of Sophia, sparks of God. And when we come together and we heal and we, forgive each other and we love one another and we try to find a common ground and we use the principles of all these ascended masters that have walked the earth, and of that is all of the creator. When we implement those things, we are doing the great work. We are doing God's work. We are doing that. And so me being in communication with you feels like I'm doing that there's a part of me that's feeling like I'm online. Like, this is what I came here to do, to connect to these people, to purify the words that we've been given, to command our divinity back, to command that and claim our divine heritage, as you said, our royalty, and believe in yourself that you are worthy of resurrection, that you're worthy of, that I'm worthy to receive somebody like you in my field that believes the things that you believe, right? And I already know these ladies, what they stand for, so I know that we are doing some great work here, that what we're trying to communicate truly is sacred, as the Yogi Teabag says.
Yes.
The Yogi Teabag always says, communicate sacredness. I get that all the time. And it's beautiful.
Yes.
So thank you.
There is the spiritual, because connectivity, and there is that synchrony of mind, heart, and soul.
Yes.
It really is a spiritual unity, that brings us together, and our hopes, our dreams of creating a beautiful world, because this is the need of the time. When we have degenerated, when our world has degenerated up to this point in time, the creator, the universe, will have to recycle it back to the 0 point. So that means we have to start all over again, and that the end is the beginning again, So I think you agree with that, Queen, right?
I agree. This is now the Omega Alpha.
Wow. Go ahead. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
Before Alpha, Omega, but now Omega Alpha.
Years ago, when I first started having my awakening, I would pray often to ask if I was part of this 144,000, these tribes. If you look back in my notes, many years ago, I have boxes full of notes. And I wrote a lot about uniting the tribes and about the 12 in different aspects, and whatever. It could be 13, could be 12, right? But I remember specifically asking if I was part of this number, and I received many answers. I mean, I have the whole YouTube video posted somewhere. I'll post it below in the comments for that specific story. But I received, after praying, if I was part of this number, I did like completely prayed one night, and I asked if I was part of the biblical 144,000, whether it was spiritual or it was the biblical, whatever it meant. I felt something that I came here with a purpose, whether it was being an indigo or a crystal child or the harmonic convergence. Like I answered the clarion call to be here during this time. I felt something, so I did that prayer, and the very next day, I received a talking stick on the floor. It was on the floor while I was picking something up, and the address was 1440 of where I picked up this talking stick, and there was 3 things written on it. Okay, the first thing written said that it was a talking stick, literally on the floor in the grass, and I looked around. No one was there. I picked it up. It said, "O King, me savage. O King, me savage." I thought that was interesting. The second one said, "We were never slaves." And the third thing said, "The new kings." And I knew that that stick was not from this timeline. That, I mean, over time, I've had people, psychics have read for that stick specifically. I've had it for many years. And I believe that it meant, "O King, me savage," that we are meant to rule over our lower mind with our higher, our higher senses, our crown, that we are to be at that royalty, at that level, what you're talking about. I believe that that is connected to this talking stick, as well as the new kings, because the level, to speak at this level of kingsmanship, queensmanship, you know what it really means to have that integrity, a true king. I mean, we're talking like dragons, right? Like lineages that are ancient and holy and have your back. That's what I felt. And that we were never slaves, that we come back over and over at free will, but we're here to do creator's work, to remember that. So we are a slave only until we remember our freedom and our truth and who we are. And I bring this up because I feel like it's so relevant, that this is just a confirmation for you that you are reaching the ones who need to be reached. And that's my wish for you, that people, that who you need to see you can see you, that you are visible and received well. Thank you for letting me share that. It was kind of long, and that's not even the whole story, but I tried to keep it short and sweet. So
Thank you. That is a perfect number, 1440. And there is a relevance into it. And that is one day, the answers into it. As we say, every day is a process of opening the doors of the divinity. And they are the one telling us. They are the one enlightening us. And they are the one taking possession even of our brains. You know, this time, as we talk, you know, I could sense, I could feel, I could really see the works, the Creator. Because this is a powerful avenue. People will say, not true. We are not true. But the more they say that, the more the negation that they are doing, the more that they are being challenged by the Creator. The more that people spat on us, attack us, the more that they are being given the punishment. I could guarantee to it. So many of them suffering for that.
well, may all beings be free of suffering and realize that they are holy. I forget too, but right now in this moment, I remember.
You know, in the infinite cosmic records, which is the modality of Lemurian code healing, there are sacred doorways to healing and remembering. And I feel like this is the time where the remembering of the Lemurian codes is coming alive. And so through this conversation, I'm feeling like you, Queen Helen Abdurrajak, is holding the codes that has been kept for ancient times to be revealed through your feminine quality as the queen of the universal magnum. And, I truly honor that, because the feminine empowerment is needed now than ever. This is the time for the feminine empowerment to take hold of what's out of balance, that need to be balanced on planet Earth and beyond, right? What do you think, Queen?
Yes, yes. This is very true. Even Raja Mamai keeps on saying that this is not the time of the man, it is the time of the woman. And I represent that as per confirmation from Raja Mamai, from the ancient ancestors, and for the living witnesses. So that's why they are really the one molding me, motivating me from the day that I was born up to now. I still hold that. When I am needing them, I just simply say, Grandpa, this is it. So I always go to them. That is what you call the power that, despite that I know I am already that strong, but because of that respect, because of that love, because of that compassion, as we say, that they are there. So we always go back to them. So for me, my life is always revolving into it. The grandfather, the father, the son, and the grandson. For us women, the grandmother, the mother, the daughter, and the granddaughter. So 1440, it is the code.
I love it.
You got it.
I ask you, Queen, do you sing? Do you have any songs that you share that you sing? I'm a big vocalist, so to say. I believe in sacred medicine songs. That some songs are just you sing them and you share them, and they really activate you and other people around you. And I'm always open to learning songs. So if you ever have one to share, I would love to hear it.
Wow.
No, not today, but maybe someday if you sing.
You know, I love to sing. Oh, Maria. What say you plan to I am also the one inside the church.
I believe it.
Being one there, it was our Blessed Mother who really gave me that. So people will say that, hey, she's a Catholic. She's not a Muslim. Do they know that the Blessed Mother is Siti Mariam in the Quran? So this is now what you say, the balancing between the Islam, the Christian, the Taoist, the Buddhist, the
Molly.
Catholic, all of us, they are one. That is the feminine spirit of the divinity. We got it. You got the code. And here we go. We need to proceed on.
Love it. That was so lovely to hear you sing. Oh my goodness, you have so much power in your voice. I could feel it. Even the reverberations.
Can I share something? I'd love to share something. The way you speak reminds me of a song of one of my very, somebody I really respect a lot. She's one of my dear sisters, and she's a beautiful healer, shaman. I believe she's a shaman. And she has a song called Elohim. And there's a part inside of it that I want to sing, because I'm going to try to nail it, okay? Okay. Mariana Magdalene, Hathor Isis, Mother Queen, Buddha Shiva, Yeshua, Ra Osiris, Father God, Elohim, Gabriel, Uriel, Michael, Raphael, Atlantis, Lumeria, Seraphima, Andara, The light of Christ returns to all, a world of kings and queens. Embody love unconditional. Compassion is the key.
Mhm.
With faith and trust, we now recall our soul's divinity. With light of love, we sing the call across the galaxy. Hallelujah, Jaya Shay. Wankatanka Kushayake. Kushi Kushi. Ahomatakwi Son. Shalom ala Elohim. Kura Kura Ainayala. Jaya Jaya One Kura Shaktima. Mariana Magdalene. Hathor Isis Mother Queen. Buddha Shiva Yeshua. Ra Osiris Father God. Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, Haniel, Michael, all of them. Thank you. I just really wanted to share that because I've never sang it, and
Thank you. Now
I
I
felt like
found you.
it's not as pretty as when she did it.
Mary Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene, all of them. There's so many names, and it's all incredible. I just feel so honored to be, your lineage, what you all carry. It means a lot that I even get to be in this conversation and share at this level. So thank you.
Yes, that is what you call an eye to go beyond. And every words that we say, there's always that captivating effect in the eye that they cannot see. So it is just here. So when you sang it, I immediately knew. And there is a physical, another one for it. You will see in the future also.
I didn't get what you said just now. I didn't understand. Something before you will see.
Okay. What I'm saying is Mary Magdalene is also the bearer of the code. Okay. So all of this. So we are trying to saturize the mind of the philosopher, of the theologians right now, all of those in the past. But I could say it's like this. The new generation has the opportunity to rectify the past. We have to rewrite the history. And this is where Princess Maya and Princess Radha anew comes alive. Because we need to do something. Because the past had been the power and authority that had misled the entire humanity. We are not trying to destroy them, but only thing is, we need to do something. If we want this world in the harmony with each other, that everyone will coexist without fighting each other of their belief, of their traditions, of all of this. So we need to do something adapted to each human race, to each 144 tribes that had been given by the Bible.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So every day is the knowledge that we have to impart to the new generation. Because the books now is not the same of what you are writing. There are authors in fairness, authors after authors. They have not really imbibed that legacy in every verbiage of the books that they have. Books is a legacy. Whatever you have ink on it, printed on it, it will reflect of you as an author, of us as the one who gives this speeches of all this. So that's why I know that Princess Alana is also trying now to open that spirit in her. Okay, so that is the way that that makes you. You see your children now silent because they are also trying to capture that energy. They are just peeping on you actually. They are trying to absorb that in us. That's precisely what I want. This is the new program. Why you are there as princesses. And we could do something that in books, in written books, all of this. Because, we can spread this new learning process for the young generation. So we have to categorize that level per level. Of course, from the elementary, I'd like to do that because I am also trying to rectify the educational system, not only in the Philippines, but to the whole world.
I just wrote in the notes up here, I wrote down that you can activate the new princess programming because Disney injected a lot into women's consciousness, especially in the West, with there's the princess programming within that. There's no mother in any of their movies. There's something of trauma with the mother with princess programming, and I feel like maybe we don't call it that, right? But there's a new program that is coming in. You can come into that you're offering.
Princess Radha is prepared for that. I have already asked her about that. She's from Hollywood and she knows that we need even to do that. And Hollywood will have to adapt to it because they know that there is a new system even for that. Wow.
Yeah. You're on it, girls. Well, I can keep going all night, but I know that my baby needs to go to sleep and he needs his mama, so I need to close up soon.
Yes.
But wow, I just love this. I love being here.
Thank you. And we know that we have covered the timetable already. And we know that this is the second time that we meet with each other. And many times we're Princess Radha and Princess Maya. So let's continue. I love talking with us. At least we release the spirit in us so that people can also capture that way that we are enhancing the way that we are living, and we are just sharing to them how it is. Live by example. Be what you are and what we are for the new generation to follow. Not so much with this, but example. The most powerful way. Even to our children. Our children, when they see you already, your eye like that, they are already knowing that is not good for me. So that is how we give things up. The actions that we have.
Yes. I'm going to be better about it. I am. I'm going to be better about it with my little one. Just every moment is so important, so special. Even when you're overwhelmed, they're so beautiful. You just deserve every single good thing you can give them. But I know I must go because my baby boy is calling for mom.
I know. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much. God bless, Princess Alana. Thank you.
Queen Helen. We love you.
Give my hugs to the babies. Bye.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.